This is 11 out of 10. This is, you can't get better than this, Germs. What didn't I say last week was the best episode of the year? Like, can I even say that now? Can I even keep that now? I mean, this was so... The director did such a phenomenal job. The direction of this whole series has been phenomenal, right? Hey guys, this is a clip from our podcast. We're going to leave it linked above, so check out the full show. And don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys. And with that, we have to get into Mushoku Tensei, Jobless, Reincarnation, Season 2, Episode 11. Before you say anything, all I want to say, Germs, I want to have your kittens meow. And with that, please, you have the floor. What did you make of this week's episode of Mushoku Tensei?
Oh, beautiful stuff, man. It's just as like I'm like when I saw it was like half through the episode, I'm like, I know this other half is gonna be real spicy, man.
Dude,
I was like.
I paused it too during halfway, and I was like, "Oh my god, we've only made it halfway through." I feel like I've watched the 8-season series in this first half, and then we had the second half. Like the entire thing was a journey, man. The entire thing.
Yeah, because the first half was our boy leaving us, and then the second half was our girl leaving us. So it's a big, very bad, very sad episode for our boy. Very sad day for our boy. Well, I guess technically a day. It all happened within a day, so it's like our boy is going through a roller coaster right now, man, and it's only been going down for the day.
It may as well have been a lifetime, to be honest with you. So let's bury the lead here. Let's get into the first half before we get into that spicy. And when we say spicy, we mean real spicy second half. So they return home. And RUDY has fulfilled his promise. I don't know why I didn't even expect this to happen or anticipate this, but he has he did what he said he would do. He he thanks RUDY, even though RUDY doesn't know if he's deserving of his appreciation, and he tells Eris, "Hey, you've come a long way, and hopefully we meet again down the line." And very sad. To walk through the town and to have the memories, to have them animated. Like bits of his past, like his mom, Sophie, stuff like that, dude. Beautiful. I was already nutting over that, and that's like the first 5 minutes or whatever, right? And there's also the glass windows that are also in the ending theme, and I was like, oh, there's the connection there. They walk up to the tree, the infamous tree with Sophie, right? So you see, and it's symbolic. The tree is now dead, no leaves on it, just fucking perfect. He looks down, and before, just like a stump. Well, not a stump. It's the leaves are all dead on it, right? Like it's not. I forgot. It's just dead. And so he looks down at the area below, and it used to be back in the first core, whatever you want to call it, was filled. Now it's
fields of gold, barren, golden, wheat or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's symbolic, but it's so perfect, dude. It's so good. Before we move on to the goods here, what did you make of this first half? Did it hit you in the feels, Germs?
Oh yeah, RUDY stood there. It was like, yeah, it's time. And then Eris was taking it a little bit more harder. It was like, but I think they really did it well there. And I think my favorite part was when RUDY told RUDY about the curse, and it's like, no, your curse is almost gone. Now it's just up to you, to clear your clan's name. And he was like, I just need to say, RUDY was like, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then RUDY, had his little moment there. So good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, and I just want to say the music, dude. I don't know if you noticed the music this episode. It was so freaking top tier. I mean, I'm watching this thing thinking like I'm in this experience. I mean, I've never been one for like high fantasy. It's just never really been my thing. I'm open to getting into it, but I've just never really gravitated to it on my own. This is such a phenomenal, high fantasy isekai, I'm part of this world now. This is not just, he's transported to another world and here you go, here's some interesting stuff. No, they have set up their own world, man. And so, yeah, let's get into the second half. He brings Eris back to,
little camp.
To her, her camp or whatever you want to call it now. It's all different now. And Best Girl just Lane. Best girl just Lane is back, looking thick as always. And yeah, you want to take it from here? What'd you make of this? What'd you make of just them going back to her family's previous residence, I guess you'd say?
Yeah, I really like how they kind of set up the scene. Like, you know, they kind of just went like, you know, they moment up and it's like, Iris is like, let's just get in, you know, tell me who's dead. You know, let's just get right into it. That. You know, and you know how well, you know, she seemed to take it. You know, at the moment, just like you know, kind of with Rudy when Rudy left. Now it's the other way. Now it's Eris. Like, you know, because she's already mentioned before that she already, you know, was like, my family's probably already dead. But now, you know, now it's actually known, you know, who's dead, and then, you know, Rudy reacting to like when the grandpa got executed, and he's like,
yep.
So, yeah, very spicy there.
Yeah, very spicy. I liked her character, how she handled it. I like, you know, was that the butler that was relaying all the news? So he said a couple things there that interested me. Obviously, the one which I believe will be a plot device. I'm not sure, but I assume this might be. We'll get to, once we get to the end of the episode, I'll say what I think. But you know, he says that you know, another family wants to you know, take her in and you know, to marry her. You know, kind of be not sold off, but you know, what's the term, concubine? Like, you know, just given away. So. That fascinated me. And then what also fascinated me is, you know, she needed a moment to grieve, right? And she gets everyone out. Rudy kind of stays with her, and she's like, no, you two, get out of here. And as soon as he grabs the curtain, again, most anime just wouldn't do this, but because this is such a phenomenal adaptation, they do it. He kind of, they don't pan back and make it obvious, but you can hear her crying in the background. Again, it's just the little things that add up into a big mountain of beautifulness for the show, right? So that happens, and then the spice, man, the absolute spice. The buildup was amazing, but the execution was even more phenomenal. What did you make of Eris and Rudy, Germs? Did it live up to what, because you're the manga reader, did it live up to what you wanted to see?
Oh yeah, I like how slow they took it, you know, as it would happen, you know, in that situation.
Yeah, realistically.
Yeah, it's like,
realistically. Yeah.
So I like you know, when she said it, like Rudy took a pause and he was like, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is this happening right now? He's like, he's probably like tied, you know, he's probably, you know, whew. But
you know, and he doesn't take advantage of her immediately. He even asked her, he's like, the agreement we made was when I turned 15, and she's like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm 15, you know? And as he has fantasized many a nights, they
and it showed a lot of those beautiful scenes of them together as well.
Yeah. And she even asked him, she's like, you're ogling me, right? And there's even a moment where she's like, oh, you know, they kind of hint at it. She's like, oh, this means you're attracted to me, right? Like, this means you're hard, right? And he's like, yeah. I mean, again, it most people might find that distasteful. Most people might not want to see that. But
it's like, you know, quiet.
It's realistic.
You know, he was like, you know, like the shy, yeah. You know, he wasn't just like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was done so well. It you know, they're 15 and 14, right? So like, that's, you know, that's how it would happen, you know. I mean, they could have had him just be a perv and take advantage of her, but no, they did it perfectly how they were supposed to. He wakes up in the morning, he's like, all right, I'm a normie now. I got the
hello, my friends. Said, hey,
you have a wife. I'm gonna be like that one day, you know. And he's like, you know, oh, where is Eris? You know,
my beautiful girlfriend. Where is she?
Yeah. If I can't find her, maybe I'll do it to her again, you know. And
I love his first reaction was like, oh, she's up and early. Yeah, I know how she be. Like I love like how casual he had. He was like, but then he notices the hair. Yeah. He's like, oh no,
what the fuck? Yeah, and the voice actor for the adult Rudy, love it. I love it. And you know, even the flashbacks in the beginning with adult Rudy, you know, looking at having like a nightmare, right? It's just, this episode was not even a 10 out of 10. This is 11 out of 10. You can't get better than this, Sherms. What didn't I say last week was the best episode of the year? Like, can I even say that now? Can I even keep that now? I mean, this was so. The director did such a phenomenal job. The direction of this whole series has been phenomenal, right? So okay, so let's get back. I gotta stop nutting over this. So he sees her hair immediately. I'm like, what's that? Whoa, was it crazy sex where she cut her hair off? Like, how crazy was this last night, right? How crazy was this? Then he's got a note. I'm like, oh shit, did he clap the cheek so hard she had to leave a note for him? Go get him breakfast? No, she left. I'm curious.
Well, she didn't leave, but not for the same reason.
She did leave.
Not for the same reason.
Not for the same reason, right? But I am curious what the reason is. You know, like, was that her handwriting? I don't know. I'm the anime only. You've at least read the manga, right? So he goes to the butler. He's like, hey, where'd she go? He's like, her and Ghislaine left. We can't even Big Titty Ghislaine can't stay with us. You know, that's sad to see. So they're both gone, and Rudy cries. You know, as a typical, because he's 14, right? I've alluded to that. So he walks he walks up the steps and he cries, and again, that's what a typical teenager would do. He's an adult.
That's also what his nightmare was. The day before. Just losing all his family and friends, and now it's here.
It happened. Now it happened, and big monkey brain, that just hit me. I didn't even think of that. Again, it's like an onion, Germs. The layers you can peel back with this show. It gets so deep. How deep are we gonna go here? So
I'm here for.
It's like the iceberg meme. You know what I mean? It's like here's what most people see, and then you can dive deeper and deeper down. I mean, it's. I don't even know what to say.
And more and more fun you have, connecting all these little dots. It only makes
it's so great. And it's gonna make the rewatch great too.
Oh, I can't wait for us to watch season 1 again. It's like baby. You're like, wait, this is baby. This is like a baby Rudy. He's like a 5-year-old. Like, yeah, he was.
Yeah, and like you said, there's a lot of foreshadowing. So a lot of stuff that's going over my head right now. When I rewatch it, I'll be able to pick up a lot of pieces. But man, it's just I love all the little dots you can connect. And there's nothing to say. I think that the show is easily top 5, top 3, maybe even the anime of the year. I can't say how I feel about that yet, but it's just up there, man. It's so next level. I'll shut up though. What do you want to say before we end this second half and all the craziness?
Yeah, I think they really how the way they ended off was perfect for this episode. Because like I was, as the season was announced, so I'm like, okay, where can we end it? I'm like, I know that's gonna end here, but it's like, does it end like what kind of tone does it end off on? Like, because like right now this last episode, it's like a pretty our boy is pretty sad boy right now, But I think with this next episode, it'll give us a little bit of hope for some intrigue for the next season. Because we don't really know now. It's like he's home. Now what do we do now? But now he doesn't. Now he doesn't have Eris. He doesn't have Richard. It's just him alone in his town home. Now it's
it's not even rebuilt. Like it's all still torn to shit.
Yeah, he has no hints for his mom, and it's just Sylphie.
Yeah,
he's just sitting there, kid alone in the world, just without a place to go.
Yeah, and as an anime only, there's no fucking hints for us either. They don't allude to what's going to happen next episode. I have no idea how the season's going to end off, and I love it. I'm fine with that. I don't need hints to keep me intrigued. I'm so intrigued. I don't need cliffhangers. The cliffhanger itself was him, taking all this devastation in. So I don't know where they're going to go next episode. I'm the anime only, but they could be the worst fucking episode ever. This is still a fucking banger of a show, so they can really do no wrong at this point with 1 to go. I thought it was fantastic. And any final thoughts before we move on here, Germs?
I need to go to do some cryogenic sleep, and I'll see you next Sunday.
I know. This show is not. Oh, that's one thing we can talk about. This show is not going to be the same when it's no longer airing, man. Our Sundays are going to be different. We have one more episode before this season is done, and our Sundays will not be complete. They won't be the same.
It'll be a hole in our chest.
It'll be like Exactly. A hole. We got to go talk to the man god and get that fixed, you know? It'll be like JoJo, right? As soon as one part ends, it's like, all right, or like Christmas. Like, where's the countdown for the next one? You know what I mean? It's time to start counting down when we get the next season. Hopefully, it's not too long. Guys and gals, the weebs out there, all the Mushoku Tensei fans out there, we love all of you for coming to our channel and experiencing the show with us. Comment down below. What did you make of our reaction? What did you make of this episode? What do you make of this whole season? I mean, we think it's been great so far. We know you guys think it's been great so far.